Welcome to Spooky Storytime. This won't take 30 minutes, knock on wood. Because I don't want you to spend your New Year's getting the shit scared out of you. Let me take a drink. Because it's a story. Have a good night, Allie. Sleep well. Happy New Year. And to the rest of you. Liberty City really comes to life at night. During the day it's crowded, yeah, but not quite the same at night. Nothing beats sitting on top of a skyscraper and staring down at the array of lights blinking and flashing in every direction. Occasionally you can see a helicopter or plane pass by in the distance. It's all so full of life. Who would have thought that just under everyone's feet is the ongoing network of tunnels and subway tracks? The trains run all through the night from the lighted loading stations into the depths of those damned tunnels. Down in the heart of the trams lies a vast intersection of tracks. Oh god, I keep reading ahead. This area is also where a couple hundred homeless people flock to escape the cold and the police. Most people like to call it a hobo land. I would turn the music down a little, sorry about that. Let me turn my voice up as well. Hobo land. While I've not been down there myself, I have heard stories that people have. A couple accidents happened which caused the train to shut down right on the tracks. People there conversed and the homeless people came back with wild stories of a strange being that apparently lived down in the subway. I don't know if you can hear the fireworks outside. Is the music still loud? Here we go. Try that. A couple accidents happened in Hoboland, which caused the train to shut down right on the tracks. People there conversed with the homeless people and came back with wild stories of a strange being that apparently lived down in the subway. This man could actually run swiftly, almost in a scurrying fashion, according to several witnesses. The story eventually evolved to where the man was supposed to have excess body hair and the face of a rat, deeming the name Ratman. It's the Ratman. It made the nighttime subway ride home all the more unnerving. I work in one of those skyscrapers you see at Liberty City. Most of the time I get off at 9 p.m. just as the nightlife is starting to pick up. But it's always dark by then. A few of my coworkers take the subway home at night too, one of whom is actually a close friend. At some point around a year ago, my friend, we'll call him Jordy, was caught up in one of the trams breaking down. Not even 300 yards away was a maintenance entrance or exit for the tram workers. So Jordy told the driver that he would walk up the exit and take a taxi home. While the rest of the riders stayed aboard, Jordy climbed off and started his short hike out of the subway. I don't think you're allowed to do that. I feel like every single subway station in the world is like, nah dude, keep your fucking body in the train. The only thing that is known after that is that around 4 a.m., police found Jordy walking down the street in a daze. Fuck, the Ratman got him. He infected him with rat-itis. He was covered in an orangish goo, with the same texture as blood and stank like feces. It took a couple of weeks for Jordy to even respond, and once he did, he had no memory of what happened between approximately 10:30 p.m. and 4 a.m. when he was found. I tried to talk to Jordy since he was a good friend of mine, but he didn't appear to be the same man until at least 3 months later. After that, he returned to his work and resumed his life, but he still talked noticeably less than before. One day, he and I were alone on lunch hour, and he started to speak again. It was the first time I'd actually seen him speak more than a couple words since the incident. I saw the rat man, he said, staring at his glass. You saw what? I asked, thinking he was delusional. Actually, I fought him, Jordy said. He just came running at me, and before I knew it, I was being clawed up. It was mainly just scratches, but just the way he moved, it was so fast. Jordy shuddered. I managed to land one good hit on him and dug my thumb in his eyes. Ew! Ew! Ow! I dug my thumbs in his eyes before he started emitting this orange-colored blood. That was what really got me. The smell was unbearable. I wasn't sure how to react. I think the appropriate reaction is, you saw what? Jordy, you good, dog? What happened next? I asked him. He ran off after I got his eye, but I'm certain he didn't die, Jordy said, avoiding eye contact. He didn't want the same thing to happen to him. He's still out there somewhere. And I have to finish him off. You gotta go finish the Ratman. Gotta go take care of the problem. After that, Jordy became obsessed with this living figure and with his figures living in the subways. He'd often stay up all night riding the trams back and forth, hoping that it would break down. Just fucking break it down yourself, Jordy. Just start dancing on the subway. Other time, Jordy would actually take the extreme step of climbing down onto the tracks and following alongside them into the darkness. Armed with a camera and a knife. Just a knife? Just a knife, dude? It's a Ratman. You gotta get some traps. Get some rat traps. Get, like, the safe ones, though. That, like, it just keeps them in there alive until you can, like, release them into the wild. Armed with the camera and the knife, he snapped pictures of anything that looked suspicious. I only saw Jordy a handful of times after he became so fixated on the Ratman. Sorry, I can't fucking get over Ratman. Once I visited his apartment, it was littered with newspaper clippings and sketches, printed articles, and alleged photos, all of which supported the cryptid living in the subway. They dangled from his ceiling and covered the floors, walls, and even his bed. Jordy himself looked horrible as well. He rarely showered or shaved anymore, and he stank alongside of the apartment. I tried to convince him to go get help and clean himself up along with his home, but he refused, and I eventually left, defeated and worried about my friend. My rat friend. A few weeks later, Jordy quit showing up to work. It was just like that. No notice, no excuse, just complete absence. When my boss tried to phone his house, there was no answer. We all decided it was best to visit the apartment again, since he lived alone. When we approached the apartment complex, there was a large group of police officers surrounding the entrance. Apparently, he wandered off into the black tunnels of the Underground Railway one night and never returned. A full-scale search was started 3 days after he didn't return to his apartment building. The search team ventured towards the heart of the subway, all the way to the flocks of the homeless people, where they questioned many of them. A few of the more competent hobos... Wow, way to fucking throw homeless people under the bus. A few of the more competent hobos reported seeing a troubled man matching Jordy's description. According to them, the man thought to be Jordy was distraught and nearly sprinting towards one of the tunnels. He was holding a flashlight and had it aimed in the direction he was running. After that, nobody saw or heard anything else. After about 3 more weeks, the search was closed and Jordy was given up for lost. Oh, that's how it works. There was never a body recovered, nor any evidence to suggest any fate for my friend. Since then, I've avoided using the subway. I just can't seem to bring myself to see those tunnels again. However, some of my coworkers still take the trams home at night. The trains still break down at times, and stories still come trailing back from the depths. The homeless people still see a furry figure, that's me, still see a furry figure traversing the dark passageways of the tunnels. However, now there's a new series of sightings. Every so often, it's reported that beams of light sometimes flash past distant tunnels. The description matches almost perfectly with that of a... wait for it. A flashlight. Part of me feels that Jordy died the night he ventured off the train and fought whatever that was down in the tunnel. But the other part of me thinks he's still down there. And whatever it is he needs to finish, well, I hope he succeeds. I like to think that it's like... Y'all saw that movie, The Santa Claus, with Tim Allen, where Tim Allen accidentally killed Santa Claus, and then he became Santa Claus? I like to think that this is that sort of situation. The Ratman Claus. Oh no, the Ratman has a flashlight now. So, hey, this was like an interesting story and all. Why was it set inside of a video game? This has nothing to do with Liberty City. This has absolutely nothing to do with Liberty City. That's the one from Grand Theft Auto, right? Creepypasta user rat-loving idiot comments, I officially say this pasta sucks because rats are cute. Wait, is that it? That's it. That's Ratman. What's wrong with my username comments? 9 out of 10. Great little story. Feel like we need to get you read up there. What's wrong with my username? That was bad. I don't want to be mean. That was really awful. Careful, guys. It's the Ratman, and he's coming for you. He didn't do anything. I mean, like, what did he do? He just, like, beat the shit out of a guy. Fucking Jordy is a goddamn... He's an invasive species. That was the Ratman's home. Those were his interconnected tunnels. You invaded them, and then you broke his eyeballs or something, and his orange blub got all over you. That's on you, Jordy. That's your fault. Now how is he supposed to deliver his gift of rats to the rest of New York City or whatever the fuck? He's an in-game rumor. Oh, is he actually? Okay. That makes a lot more sense. I still would have liked it if, like... If maybe I'm just used to these being from the player's perspective. This was the first one where it was, like, an in-game perspective. I will give it that. It's interesting in that regard. Hey, Tommy, I need you to go down to the sewer and take care of a rat problem for me. If it's Liberty City, you've got guns, my dude. There's only one way to get rid of a rat, and that's to kiss it gently on the forehead. Hang on, I'm gonna Google Ratman. See what funny images I get. These are the scariest images I've ever seen. This was an awful idea. Here he is. I found him. I found the Ratman. Wait a minute, where is he? Didn't get saved on my desktop? What the fuck? Oh, there he is. Oh, it's a WebP. Fuck you. Oh no, it's gonna show a picture of me. Oh no, that's right. You better be careful. There he is. It's the Ratman. You know, you become an adult when you realize that the humans are the real monsters in Scooby-Doo. Fuck. Plockster. Thank you for your wisdom. I think Ratman was cool, but Ratman 2, The Great Escape, was much better. Everyone, I need you to take Plockster's wisdom into account into the new year. You know, you become an adult when you realize that the humans are the real monsters in Scooby-Doo. You know, you become an adult when you realize that the villains in Batman are just normal people. That fucking sucked. That was a terrible creepypasta. Do better. 2 out of 10. Ratman 3 Hoodlum Havoc was the best. That's the stream for tonight. Sorry to end it on such a fucking lackluster creepypasta.